am Sylvia Gordon. Rebecca is not here today because she doesn't understand Social Security. If you're like her, like most agents, and you don't have a good grasp of the fundamentals, the basics of Social Security, stay tuned. I'm going to spend 5 or 10 minutes telling you just one important thing that you can grasp that will impact your career and be a great resource for your clients. Those of you that have heard of Social Security optimization, that was a great way to fill seminars and get clients in the door for your annuity and financial planning and Medicare leads. But that all went away after they changed the law in 2015. So in 2016, they cut out a great avenue for us to use Social Security. But Social Security is still a great way to fill seminars and a great way for you to get life annuity Medicare leads. But you gotta learn it. So stay with me on my series where I'm teaching you about Social Security. You don't have to know a lot to be in the top 1% of Medicare agents, because most people don't know anything. So there's not a lot of strategies anymore to optimize it. They kind of got rid of that term optimization, but there is one strategy that you should be aware of that can greatly benefit your people. And I was doing a training on this for an agency this morning, and right away the agent called me back later and she goes, hey, this impacts my husband. Well, they're not really married, but they've been together for a long time, because his first wife died. And so she wanted to know about survivor benefits, widower benefits, and what his best course of action would be, because I touched on it. And that's what I want to teach you guys right now. If you were married at least 10 years, you qualify for benefits from your spouse, or if you're divorced, from your ex-spouse. Or if your ex-spouse then later dies, you could get widow benefits. So let's say I am married and my husband dies. Do I automatically get his Social Security? Okay, we have to be legally married at least 9 months. I had a lady last week. They were married like 8 months and he died. And she wants to know what she can do. There's nothing she can do. Those survivor benefits, those widow benefits are closed off to her. She can't, it's unfortunate, okay? If you're married at least 9 months and he dies, you can get his Social Security. Okay, now let's assume he's already eligible for Social Security and he was already drawing Social Security. I can get what he was getting as long as I'm at least 60. Okay, you know, it's just like Medicare. You gotta memorize these weird ages. I'm a 60-year-old widow. I was married to him 9 months. I can get his full amount. Now, at 62, I become eligible to draw Social Security on my own work history. So people want to know, well, what should I do? Should I take mine or should I take his? And the fact that I'm now single, because he's dead, I could draw off my ex-husband. And he was a multimillionaire as long as I was married to him 10 years, and we've been divorced at least 2 years. I have some choices here that I can choose whichever amount is going to be higher. So let's just forget about my rich ex-husband. Let's just talk about my husband that died. I'm a widow. And let's remember, there's no crying insurance. So I have to be at least 60. I don't want to draw my benefits at 62 because I want my benefits to continue to grow. So there's this thing called deeming. If anybody's online, it's actually got a certificate from the NSSA, the National Social Security Administration. You can get a certificate, take a course. If y'all don't come for me in the comments because I'm simplifying this and I'm not talking about deeming and all that other stuff. Just suffice it to say that you can choose to take your widow benefits or to take your own benefits. Well, I wouldn't want to take my benefits at 62. One, taking at 62 is about a 30% reduction. So I'm going to take a lot less than if I waited till my full retirement age. So generally, that's a bad financial decision as it is. If you don't take it 62, for every year you let it grows about 8%. Up to your full retirement age, which for anybody born after 1960 would be age 67. So for me at 67, that's my main amount, my big amount. Now that pot can continue to grow if I don't take it at 67 and I let it continue to grow till 70. And that's where the strategy come here. And that is, I'm a widow, so at 60, I'm gonna claim my widow benefits. I'm not gonna touch my benefits. I'm gonna let them continue to grow until age 70. And then at age 70, if that amount is higher than his amount, I switch. Social Security let me switch, and I start drawing off my own work history for the rest of my life. Now, the math doesn't always work out on that. And anything that we're going to talk about in Social Security, you got to do the math. And ideally, I'd say call Social Security and they'll help you, but since it's a pandemic and they're working from home, service is at all-time low and hard to get a hold of. So if you do have questions specifically about this topic, go ahead and ask me in the comments or email us or call the marketers. And this is something that when you're talking to your clients, it's something to talk to them about, because in general, you're the only person that's coming out to their home, the only professional that's going to have any knowledge about Social Security, even though you guys have a very small amount. They need help. Most people are doing this wrong. I'll leave you with one last tip, is that if people did screw this up and she did start taking Social Security at 62, she took her widow benefits at 60 because she could, and then at 62 she switched to hers, she can suspend her, she can stop, she can do it, get a I do over, I'm sorry. She can stop it. So as long as she hasn't taken for more than 12 months, she can file the paperwork with Social Security to stop it. Then hers can continue to grow. She has to pay that money back. She's got to pay all of it back, and sometimes that's prohibitive because the money's gone. So I hope you guys found this valuable. Let me know in the comments if this is the kind of content you want to hear on the Wednesday wrap-up, if you want us to go back to our normal format where we give you just a little bit of what's happened all week. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to do quite a few more on Social Security, just a little bit at a time, that I guarantee will help make you a better Medicare professional. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting really close to 6,000 subscribers, and we really need your help.